Hello, and welcome to Darkness Over New Orleans. Happy Thursday, happy Pride Month, everybody. First day of Pride, here we is. And we're starting it off with little vampires. Wow, that was a hype train. Very cool, thank you. Thank you, however that happened, don't know, but thank you. Hype! Welcome. It's been a little bit of time since we hung out with you guys. Very happy to have you all here. We have a fun episode ahead of for you. Let me just touch this, get that little dog hair off there. There we go. Let's go around and introduce everyone. Not introduce, but you know, roll call. Starting with Robin tonight.
Hi everyone, I'm Robin the God. You can find me on TikTok and Instagram and Twitter under such a name. She, her. I'll be playing the not Nosferatu, Zimitzi Ambrose Windsor tonight.
And let's jump on over to Christian.
Hey everybody, hey, what's up? Hi. My name is Christian, aka Fluffy Goober, on several socials, mainly on TikTok, but you can find me here on Twitch, several days, several games, several wonderful people. You can also find me on Saturdays, every other Saturday, on the Initiative Orders Night in the Marshes, Root TTRPG short series, 6 parts, 5 parts, 6 parts, we'll see. And of course, you can find me on Sundays, 8 p.m. EST, on Tragic Theologian Greek Myth Inspired 5e campaign. We are on the last round of singles tournament. I am going up against our guest star. And we will see what happens when you have a fighter versus a paladin fight each other. I'm excited.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm very excited to see who comes out on top there. And of course, here tonight, I am playing Maximilian Washington, Primogen of the Gangrel, but more importantly, babysitter to these chuckle fucks that I love so much. Pronouns are he, him. My pronouns are also he, him. And just like I would wear, he would also wear a shirt that says "Drag is not a crime." Happy Pride Month.
That's right. Thaddeus? You're up.
I don't know why I'm never ready. I was last.
I know. I was like, let me not do this to him this week. And
I've been gone. And I'm not all that prepared. Happy Pride Month. I am Thaddeus Atlas, playing the openly gay vampire and gay human. Thaddeus Atlas, and I'll be playing Aubrey Valentine, the resident Tremere, the man who's been missing out on his favorite attraction, but that's okay. He's ready to get back into the action.
I like that. I like that a lot. And my name is... Hey, likewise, baby. My name is Dylan. I'm your storyteller for the night, and I'll be playing all of your NPCs. My pronouns are he, they. You can find me across the interwebs. Roll for Dylan. Friends, are you ready?
Ready as ever.
Well, without further ado, let's sink our fangs in tonight's episode of Darkness Over New Orleans. Bleh. When last we left off, Max and Ambrose had left the Malkavians' fortune tellers hovel, we'll call it. It wasn't really a place of business. It was more like a hole in the wall. They left the fortune tellers and they went into the sewers under New Orleans. they started heading down towards the Nosferatu commune as they were told by Janet the Malkavian that a certain Nosferatu was in dire need of help and that there were things down there attacking. As they were walking through the gray water and filth of the sewers, they saw large claw marks along the walls, 4 fingers each, that the length of the claw mark was about 2 to 3 feet long. They also had an encounter with the voice of Alphonse, the small child, who we found out that is actually a ghost, not a Nosferatu, but they are actually a ghost stuck in the sewers. Upon getting into the Nosferatu commune, they noticed, well, not so much noticed as discovered, that the entire place was destroyed, upended. The makeshift homes were completely broken down, tossed asunder. There were body parts scattered hither and thither, and the only sound that could be heard was the dripping coming from the distance. After a little searching, they were able to find, his name, Cameron. They were able to find Cameron under a bunch of rubble. And he just said what these things looked like. They looked like dragons. They were coming out of the sewers and attacking them. Didn't know what else to call them besides monstrous lizards and dragons. Then his last words of advice was to run. Ambrose and Max said, "No problem." And they got out there as quick as they could. The remainder of the evening, after Max had reached out to Angelo to let him know what just transpired, and Angelo having said, "Oh, these are most likely what's called a Makole, a were-alligator, were-crocodile." And he called back the hounds, the prince's hounds from the sewers to get back to safety. The rest of the evening, Max and Ambrose were having, I wouldn't really call it a heart-to-heart so much as a understanding of each other. Ambrose's true views on how he sees the coterie and their place with him or without him, and how he views the Camarilla. And Max gave his 2 cents very in a kind but straightforward way at the same time. There was authority behind it, but as a good leader does, he let his point be known, but not too harshly. I think that's pretty much where we left off. We left off with you guys heading back to the to your gym, correct? You guys
we were already at my gym.
You were already at your gym. That's when this conversation was happening.
We had that second conversation. We were gonna rest there for the night. And then in the morning, I guess we were gonna go see Marcel. Go see Marcel. And,
Yeah.
What?
We're gonna go get Aubrey and then head over to
we're gonna
see
get
Marcel.
Aubrey, and
we're gonna go get Aubrey first.
Yes,
Yeah.
Then we can have our hot on.
Yes.
All right. So, then we'll start off this evening with y'all waking up on the following evening at Max's gym. Players, the stage is yours.
I'm gonna call Aubrey, tell him to what should we go? I guess I'll call him, ask him if he wants us to go to him, if he wants to come to us. We might have to go to him because I don't think he doesn't know how to drive. I'm gonna call him, tell him we're coming over.
I'm glad you figured that out.
Thanks.
This conversation was wonderful.
Appreciate you. And he just goes to cranky in the evening. He goes to call Aubrey.
Okay, you don't.
Before he does,
Go ahead.
I'm gonna grab hold of his hand. That conversation between you and I last night, I think it should stay between us for the time being, yes?
No, I agree.
Good.
Proper conversation between friends.
Yes, exactly.
And then, like, you see Max just like Max is not moved on from their conversation, but like he acknowledges the conversation happened, but like he knew that this kind of conversation was not to be shared with anyone else. So like when he's trying to bypass it, he's not trying to do it in a rude way. He's like doing it like, yeah. He's almost going. He's like he almost did the route like what conversation? Right? He almost did that, but he didn't do it. And he just goes to call Aubrey.
Let it ring. Don't look too eager. Can't let them know that you are missing them. It's casual. How do you do casual? What is it? I'm casual.
You've reached casual. How can I help you?
I'm Aubrey. I'm being casual. I have things going on.
I believe you. Yeah. Hey, we're gonna come over because we got some business with Marcel. We need to figure out. There's a lot we got to tell you.
I just said I had things going on.
Well-
I'm casual, but like maybe I'm busy. Maybe I'm have. And he looks around to an empty apartment. There's like a tower of cards that have fallen multiple times as he's tried to assemble them. He's writing a campaign on a, and he's crossing out words over and over. Again. But I guess I can put some of my things on hold.
I mean, we're going out to the bayou, so you might get some inspiration for whatever you're working on.
It's a very good point. You have a way of phrasing things. Now tell me, since I wasn't around, you didn't phrase things without me, did you? No heart-to-heart conversations? Because I feel like I've been missing out on a lot, and maybe you could bring me up to speed?
Well, I'm going to bring you up to speed on the things that you need to know.
Last time I didn't find out that you spoke to cats for days.
Well, I
Another
just
time-
spoke to cats that day. It was the first day.
Okay, so I'm the one being dramatic here.
Yes.
Okay, so it's the first time it's on me. This one's on me. I'm
This one's on you.
overreacting.
Yeah.
Feel free, come over.
Yeah. If we're not intruding.
No, not at all. I
Okay.
sort of miss you.
Oh, only sorta? Oh, it hurts my heart.
On the page, he's just been writing like hearts with like.
Yeah. Ambrose, you have anything to say? He like brings the phone over. Ambrose.
It's okay. I'm casual. This is not
There
in
it
any
is.
way
There he is.
super painful for my heart. In his
We could just
mind,
leave you behind.
6 full hours just passed in that 4 seconds. Like,
Just grab
No,
your phone.
I was just saying that I can't wait to come, and that we should.
No, you
hurry up.
obviously don't want to hang out with us. You obviously don't care. So why should we?
Are you nagging me?
Yes. Is it working?
I hate how much it's working right now. Please don't leave me in here. I cannot do.
Okay,
another
good.
combat.
Good Lord.
All right. Well, we'll come pick you up, darling. Get dressed.
I look better how I currently am. I'm just wearing just a flannel t-shirt that's oversized. But I guess if I have to.
Well, get dressed comfortable. We're going into the bayou. Going.
Oh, so I'm overdressed.
I don't know how you dress.
Yeah.
I'll just send you both pictures of the outfits I'm picking out. Okay?
Good.
Letting you go.
You know, I used to be worse than that, and I'm sick to my stomach and a little turned on.
Isn't that just normal for you?
Get the car keys. Let's go.
You're still wearing your like rubberish ensemble, right?
Yes. Oh, are you asking me? Or are you asking Ambrose?
Yeah. I'm asking. Honestly.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
yes. I am.
How do you fare with humid, sticky, muddy situations?
I'm dead and I lived in the sewers for quite a bit. Among
Cool.
shit and rat.
I just wanted to know because I don't know how long we're gonna be out there. Like, I
If
just
this was me 10 years ago, I would have said fuck off, but I don't care now. Dignity,
Okay.
what is that?
Okay, cool. Just want to know. Just want to, and like you can see, Max is not putting on his dress shirt, and it's just he's not doing that whole thing. He's actually gonna go out in just like a casual t-shirt and flannel and jeans.
Are you
Same
wearing
height.
You
the
know,
Are you
I-
wearing the dick beater shirt?
I'm. Do I wear my own merchandise? Am I that guy?
Good look.
I'll carry it. I'll carry it just in case. I'll carry two just to give to people, just to give to Marcel and
Mm-hmm.
his grandma. But I'll.
They're gonna love it.
Mhm. And then I guess we just head out we just drive there. We just
All right.
drive to our boy, pick him up.
But you guys get to his place in 15, 20 minutes. It's actually fairly early for you. The sunset has just hit the horizon. Like, you can still see the remnants of it. Not to the point where it's terrifying for you as vampires, but you're still wary of it.
Right.
But you're leaving yourself enough time to have the evening events unfold properly. Aubrey, your comrades pull up outside of your apartment.
I'm definitely not trying to look too desperate, but like he's walked out of the apartment and waited on the stairs a few times, then walked back inside, then sat by the door, and now he's given up to, and he's just sitting by the window with like the blinds just a little bit turned so he can see outside. So he has enough time to act very casual about their entrance.
Mm-hmm. It's only like a few. It's only like a few hours that we were gone from each other. I love this. Max just drives up, honks the horn.
Oh, I'm not gonna come down because somebody honked. What do I look like? The second the horn honks again, he's like, I'm coming! Just wait!
Mhm. Not going anywhere, bud.
He's
Get
making
the
his
hell
way
in.
down, and as he's climbing this, right away, you see that he's got a Max's dick beater shirt with a he's crop topped with like a flannel, so it almost looks like a very yassified version of what you're wearing.
Mhm.
This is awkward. One of us is gonna have to change.
Okay, and he just takes off.
No,
his-
I was kidding. I was kidding. We look great.
You
Shotgun.
realize you drop unchanging, but all right. Do you realize that you both are wearing merchandise from the fight that Maximilian beat Marcel in? Yes.
Oh, so
Yeah.
you don't enjoy being reminded of beatings you've been given.
No.
There's so much to unpack there.
There really is.
There's so much to unpack in that statement.
I'm going to murder you, Aubrey, if you don't buckle yourself in this car and close the door.
Well, let's make merchandise of it because I would wear it.
All right. You get into the car, and hey, do you guys know where you're going?
I can look up on my phone.
Okay. All
I
right.
can look up the like we're not in the 90s. I'm not like looking up a map quest.
Map quest. Man alive.
It's got printed directions.
It's not like like 10 sheets of directions I gotta worry about.
While you're
Fine.
flipping through all the directions, Ambrose just turns around to Aubrey because he's in the front seat, obviously.
Yeah.
So, hope you had a restful night. You look well. My entire clan is dead as Cameron's, and I really like that crop top on you. Looks good.
The first two statements go completely over his head as soon as he hears that you like the crop top. Yeah, well, I thought people want to see more of me, so I just sort of did a cut. Like, why deny them all of this?
I miss this.
You say that like it's not a complete turn on. So you were talking about dead people?
And how you see them?
The Nosferatu are gone.
Oh, the world mourns. You really are a diamond in the rough now.
You are a little bitch, you know that? No, I am.
Not
I am
everything about me is
quite
little.
up that Cameron is dead, honestly.
That's a shame.
Wow.
I guess the house is really yours now.
Yes. Yes. I
No
am
more-
alone and I have a house again.
You win.
I suppose that's what you may consider it. Then, yes, I've won my entire life.
No more blackmail. How did you determine that they all died? You went into the sewer.
Yes, and there was bodies everywhere, and
Even
I tried to
I'm
pull
not that
Cameron out of
white.
the rubble.
What is wrong with you?
Wow. Damn.
I mean,
well,
you're not. You're not.
If you must know,
God.
we went down there in hopes to save Cameron. As Max is on his phone looking up directions.
You got him. Yeah, you got the directions.
But turns out that he was attacked. Well, they were all attacked and killed by what attacked us in the bayou that first night. I believe it was a makote, a were crocodile.
Oh, you made that up.
No,
Macaulay.
You're just
Macaulay,
fucking with
there
me.
it is. That's the word. Macaulay. It's new word.
This is the Scooby Doo thing, and you're gonna take off the mask, and it's the old janitor.
No, I mean,
Where
Lola.
I'm sure they will take their face off and be a crocodile.
We have seen that.
That's gross. But we're being for real. The thing that attacked and killed Nosferatu is the same thing, maybe, that attacked us.
Can I roll a death saving throw? How does that work in the system?
Die
I think
immediately.
Aubrey's heart just stopped for a brief moment.
It wasn't beating to
so-
begin with.
It did just then.
It's
2 times in the last 10 years. Now and the first time he saw Ambrose completely covered in grime. Yeah, so love that for you guys. So I was looking at moving anyways. And is your house a Babadook or a Baba Yaga? Does it just get up and we can take it for a ride?
I should be very offended, but
the
I mean,
Babadook.
you're not completely wrong.
I say we just get out of here.
Can your house grow legs?
I'm not telling all my secrets, all right? It just.
I just.
What do you think they
Well,
do?
how about you come over sometime, Max, and come over and see for yourself?
I mean, we just talked about being white, and I don't love that house.
But the sewer, yeah. Oh, let's get.
I'd rather the sewer than the
Let's
goddamn
Scooby Doo our asses in there.
possible walking house.
Believe me greatly. Every word you speak, Max. And he just puts his claw on his head and his shoulder and squeezes.
Are you telling me your house is not a creepy mess? You went to your house to feed it.
You understand that by calling it a creepy mess, you're calling me a creepy mess. Yes.
Yeah.
That's trade.
They are an extension of me. That is body shaming, and I will not have it.
Hey,
don't
a hot
you have
mess
shame?
is still hot.
You guys make your way out of the city.
I think you generally get a laugh out of Max. That's really good. That's fucking fantastic.
You guys make your way out of the city and deeper into the suburbs and then the rural parts of the outside surroundings of New Orleans. This banter continues onward for the entire time of the trip.
I tried so hard. I can't with
Really good.
And then it's probably about a good 25 to 30 minutes outside of the city, you start seeing there's now the bayou is more present. And there are less and less and less habitable areas in the area. until you pull up to this fairly, it's not dilapidated so much as it's poorly upkept building with a large arched sign that says Fast and Loud Fannies.
Love it.
I think Aubrey's instinct is to immediately grab you when you start to slow the car down. You can't stop here. This is Ware Croc country. And then he sees the sign that says Fast and Loud Fannies. Well, I guess maybe we have a minute.
Have a minute. Wait, that's what we're here for. I'm sure they're fine.
I think Aubrey has a thing for Marcel.
You throw a
I mean, I
Fast and
get
Loud
it.
Fanny in my face, and I motorboat.
I think
that
he's more excited to see Grandma. Wow.
Grandma. I hope they lose her in the swamp. That's a swamp creature. She's probably a werecroc.
Maybe? Hell.
In the parking lot, there are two other cars. One is a 1950s Ford pickup truck with the wooden slats in the back.
Is it the one that we saw them drive off in?
Yeah, oh.
Yep.
That
It looks just like the car from Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Wow.
That show was terrifying.
That show was brilliant.
That's a horror show.
That was a brilliant show. I loved it. Of course, I loved it.
I don't see the connection.
No, right? I don't like spooky things.
There's gonna be a goose in this.
So you guys pull in. You see there's only two other cars. There's the one is their car, and the other one, it looks like an old school yellow taxi cab, with the checkered black and white on the side going across the way.
We've gone back in time.
There are no lights on inside.
This place doesn't look like it knows about electricity.
Well, let's just hope that it's not too late in the evening for them to get visitors.
Just ignores them both and walks out of the car and goes straight to
course.
the house.
Of course he does. I think Max just like goes to check the hoods of the cars to see if they've been on recently. They've been active.
They
You fucking.
They haven't been on recently, but you do see that there are tire marks. Like, it's not paved; it's gravel, but you can see that there is moved away earth that the car has been active within the last day.
I just wanted to make sure that like we didn't just get here and then we get there and it's dead and like no.
There's like a guy sitting in the taxi looking at you, coming up and touching the his car.
I love that. That's
Hey, keep your dick beating hands to yourself. Oh, so that's a colloquialism out here.
Does Ambrose just walk to the front door? Do they just walk past everything, go to the front door?
Yeah. His heels are digging into if it's slushy. Is it slushy?
No, you're actually on
mushy?
solid ground. The parking lot is like a mix between sand and gravel, so it's sturdy enough. The bayou itself is no more than 20 feet away from you, and the building is on what they call the poles to
They're on
The
stack.
supports.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, they're on stocks.
I've always
So,
wanted to
yeah.
visit where they filmed Deliverance.
I'm glad you said that.
What? God.
Is it necessary that I know how to squeal like a pig?
I mean, it helps, I guess.
As you are all walking up to the entrance, off to the side of the building itself, not in the parking lot, but on the side of the building in front, you hear the unmistakable sound.
Stop. We don't mean any harm. We're friends of Marcel's.
And then you hear, well, if it isn't the walking hemorrhoids.
Oh shit! She's just dying to unload all over me. I know it.
Where's the sound come from? Is it from inside or is it from the
It's
side?
coming from the side. If you look over to the side, you'll see that Meemaw is sitting on a rocking chair with a blanket over her
got the
lap,
fucking drop
and
on
she's
us.
got a double barrel shotgun in her hands.
How did she get the drop?
She fucking got the drop on us.
Fucking mystical old
She
lady.
moves so slow. She's imperceptible.
Okay, Drex.
Do you greet all your patrons like this?
Just the ones that should have been swallowed.
Oh gosh.
There's still time for that.
What the fuck? Hello, ma'am. It's good to see you again.
I wish I could say the same.
I'm sure you could.
Is it because you're not wearing your glasses? Oh, the thing's going blind.
Oh my god. Can we put our hands down? Can we like? I don't want to get shot. Honestly, I'd hate to get shot.
Yeah, you can put your dick beaters down if you respect my rules.
Of course.
Well, then I guess I'll keep them up because I don't think I'm going to be able to do
Just
nothing.
hands down. We just came to talk to Marcel about the Bayou. And see if he's seen anything interesting out there. Well, we could talk to you as well, if that's allowed.
Is Marcel home?
She's not deaf.
Boy, I will shoot you where you stand. I can hear just fine.
Please don't shoot my friend.
And you hear her, as you see her lift one leg, and she stomps 4 times on the wood plank that is made out of the front entrance. And you hear her scream, Marcel! Marcel! You got some lowly folk here to see you. You see one of the lights. Go ahead.
Ambrose leans over to Max.
Mhm.
I'm going to kill her.
No. She is a natural. She is a treasure. And it's good that she's gotten this old.
Gonna make a little coat out of her.
Don't.
Mittens.
I forbid it. This is the one. This is the time.
That leather would be really tough. Probably take a bullet.
One of the lights turns on inside the building, and you hear heavy footsteps advancing onwards. And the main entrance to the building itself opens up, and you see the towering figure of Marcel dip under the doorway and come out. Well, how y'all doing?
Hey, Marcel.
Well, shit, if it ain't Sugar Paws.
Sugar pot. That's a great one, Marcel. You're so funny.
You don't even understand that. Do you know what it means when I'm saying Sugar Paws?
He stomps 3 or 4 times on the Marcel.
He's
That's
smitten. Don't
how we
ignore
call
him.
him, right?
He's smitten. He gets smitten easily. Mind if we come in? We wanted to talk to you about the Bayou. I didn't know anybody better to talk to.
Well, we weren't expecting to have nobody come out this late this evening, but I suppose we can entertain the 3 of you. Is that all right, Meemaw? And he looks at her, almost with a childlike look in his eyes, and she just keeps her eyes on the 3 of you and goes, They take 1 foot out of line, you tell me I will put so many holes in them, Swiss cheese will be jealous.
I love this woman. Oh, this woman.
I wish Marcel
Oh,
would put some holes in me.
what the fuck?
Something Swiss cheese jealous.
Why don't you 2 go inside and I'll stay out here with Mimo?
You just grab her. No, that's what they call it.
Leave them. Well,
For me, Ma kills you.
All right.
Fine.
You guys start heading inside, and Marcel, he makes himself, he goes in after you. He lets you all in first, politely welcomes you to his home, shuts the door, and leads you over into the back rooms where there's a small office. 1980s Dell computer with the green screen is on. A bunch of floppy disks are just everywhere. One of them is like King's Quest.
Marcel, do you do the internets?
do the internet?
We don't got no internets here, but I got some nice computer games. I was playing with Math Muncher and Rita Rabbit, and I got this King's Quest right here.
Oh my gosh. Could you imagine the Twitch stream he would have?
Oh my fucking god! I watched that shit.
I'd drop subs in that bitch. Like, you don't even know.
Immediately.
I would ride some sort of hype train, or any train. Him.
Really? Yeah.
And he sits behind the desk, sits in his chair, and he turns the computer screen off. It's not good to watch the computer screen at night for so long with the darkness and that bright light. Anyway, what are you three doing here? What is the purpose of this visit? Are you trying to schedule another fight?
No, not for a good long while. I'm still recovering from that last one.
Yeah, me too. I hate to admit it, but that I took a beating more than just physically. My ego and morale is trying to still recuperate from that, and I appreciate that. It's good to be humbled every once in a while.
I agree. I definitely agree with that. Trust me. I was not expecting the fight I got, and I paid for that. But we were curious about if you knew about croc activity out here, and if it started to increase.
Absolutely, yeah. There've been plenty more crocodile in the area. There've been more crocodile, there've been more snakes, there've been some pretty big ass spiders. I've seen some more hog than I used to see. But yeah, there's a lot of activity.
When you say big, how big we talking here?
Well, y'all know that a nice sized wild hog gets to be about 150 pounds.
We do know that.
I'd say these ones getting close to be 220. They getting well fed somewhere. I don't know who been feeding them, how they getting this large, but they getting big. Them spiders, damn, they freak me out. Them orb weavers, they usually get to be the size of my hand, and he's got a big hand that he picks up, and it's like he starts showing the lines going outside of his hand. Oh yeah, they got about this big now. They nasty sons of bitches, and them crocodile, they just been. Here's the thing about crocodile here in New Orleans. You know the difference between crocodile in New Orleans and a crocodile down in Florida?
I actually don't.
Less racist, I imagine.
Okay.
That wasn't it.
Okay.
The Florida crocodiles, they're all ornery. Every single one of them. Main and only one reason. It's hot down there. This is the truth. There have been scientific studies. New Orleans alligators are more calm, more docile. Florida alligators, the water too hot. They all get angry all the time. They're not comfortable. Now, that being said, the crocodile here, most recently the past month, 2 months, they've been getting a little wild, a little riled up. I can't put on my normal show when I give the people their boat tow. Usually I can feed them the marshmallows, some chicken bits. They come up to the boat nice and easy. Like now, they almost thumping the side of the boat. They getting a little too feisty, trying to nip at me. Almost lost 1 or 2 of my passengers. It was not a pretty sight.
Oh, that's real bad.
You should definitely charge based on how many you bring out, not how many you bring back.
What have you been doing this evening? What is going on with you? Why are you always like this? Are you always at 101, or are you just?
No, I feel like I'm learning so much. I never knew that crocodiles were ornery because of heat. I always thought it was because they had all those teeth and no toothbrush. And I'm just learning so much from you.
Oh, I missed this. I forgot this. Oh shit.
Well, I'm gonna put you and your antics aside for the moment. Don't forget, Mimo's right outside. I just gotta do a little stomp, and you get a little shot.
Don't kill my friend. Please don't kill my friend Marcel.
It
He,
won't
like,
be
slams
me,
into
my
the
friend.
corner.
It'd be my Mimo. She'd be the one taking care of him.
Please don't get my friend killed.
That's up to him now. You gotta understand that we have a certain decorum here at Fast and Loud Fannies, especially when you're in the office
Marcel,
after
See, he
hours.
brings it on himself a little bit.
he's a businessman.
He's a
Um,
fine businessman. I was out of line.
But you said that they're getting feisty, but are they getting bigger? Like abnormally so.
The big ones I ain't seen for a while now. The big ones, they all gone elsewhere.
Define big ones.
Well, we got 15 footers. The biggest one we got was 18 feet. We don't know what they is anymore. But there was one we used to call the captain. Now the captain, he is missing an eye. But he would always come when I called him. Captain was taking charge of the area. I ain't seen him about 2 months now.
Oh,
Has a pet alligator.
is there like a map you could show us about like where you would usually see these
That map all up in here, my boy. I've been doing this by you for years. My family, we've been here for a generation now. Especially when my great grandpappy, he points to a picture back there in his office, and you see very old, faded black and white. This guy just looks almost identical to Marcel, but he's surrounded by several Japanese guys in kimonos, not kimonos, in gis with black belts, and holding a banner. It's all in kanji, but underneath it's underneath on top of the photograph is written "The Dragons" in English, so you can read it.
He's quite the look of that father of yours.
been fighters all your life, huh?
That my great grandfather, yeah, but yeah,
Wow.
we all been fighter. My great grandpappy, he back in World War II, he was stationed in Okinawa. He learned how to do the heck that called Kempo karate. He also learned some sumo. He brought those back over here and taught us, and he learned from those people right there. They called the Dragons. That's what they call themselves.
Marcel, to get a closer look. The dragons, you say?
That's right.
Are any of these dragon people still alive? Are you in contact with any of them?
I've never been in contact with none of them. I just know my great grandpa. He passed many moon ago.
Why do they call themselves the dragons?
I couldn't tell you. They like the dragon, I guess.
Have you seen any terrain changes?
Terrain changes. What you mean by that?
In the bayou? Anything out of the ordinary from your usual tours, besides the crocodiles? The environment?
The environment, the environment be changing all the time. I mean, you got so many hurricanes coming through here. It just makes a mess about everything. But I will make note of this. There are plenty of time where I know where the crocodiles sleep. I know where they make their bed. There have been some changes, I will say. What used to be just a nice slick piece of mud, now it's been like it looks like a wrestling match just taking place.
Could you show us where these sites are?
You want to go on the bio at night? You want to get inside there right now?
Just the man to take us. I think you're just the man to take us. Tell me, Marcel, are you a superstitious man living out here by yourself? You must see things others don't.
Do you remember the last time that we talked? When y'all met you that night that Max put a beating on me?
Intensely.
Mr. Max, do you remember what I told you? What I know about this bayou?
Christian doesn't remember. Because that was months ago.
Yep, no worries, right. So I'll relate. So he said that he knew about the Gru. He knew that they had left, that they made a huge mess of things as they were leaving. He even knew the old sheriff. That the space was gifted to his family.
Mm-hmm. I think when he asked that question, Max just goes like, I remember, but also we should tell you. I think we know who's moved in away from the guard room, or different kinds of creature.
And he shifts a little bit in his seat and leans back. He goes, "Oh, do you now? And what, pray tell, information do you has about a new creature that's in the bayou?"
Tell me, you know anything about the Macaulay?
I don't know nothing about no Macaulay.
Fucking insight check that motherfucker. This bitch.
Yep, go for it. That's gonna go.
How do you inside this game? I don't remember.
That's gonna be wits and insight.
Oof, I don't think I got shit nose. Let's what the I should pull up my sheet. That's important.
Yep, insight is in the middle of skills.
Yes. Let me pull up my sheet. What's in insight? Fuck me. Oh no, I've got pretty good.
All right.
I'll take that back. That's okay. That's all right.
All right.
That's not all right. That's 4 successes.
Okay. You can tell by the way he's sitting, the way he's now changed his the way he's holding himself, the way he responded. That's not all truthful.
I think Max just takes a second to like see the changes, hear the words, and I think he just moves to step from the middle of the room to the desk itself.
Mm-hmm.
Marcel, if you know anything at all, I think it would be in everyone's best interest if you just told us. Anything and everything helps us.
I tell you what I seen. I tell you what I know. Can't tell you what I don't know.
You tell me what you think.
What I think? I think your postural friend over here want to go on a bull ride at nighttime in the bayou. When you saying that something else is out there, that, not that, you got some balls on you. I've been in the ring with many folk. You want to go in the ring with someone else, some other web monster? No problem. Let's do it. Let's go in there and see what happened then.
Also, have you seen them personally?
I ain't seen nothing. Nope.
I could. And he leans into your ear and tells you I could compel him to tell us.
There's no need. I don't want to lose anybody.
Oh, he doesn't have to remember. I can cloud his memory, and it's like he'll forget that we even did it.
I'd rather not.
Damn you, camera.
How unfortunate. Somebody who knows this bayou inside and out can't show us around at this time of night. Of course, if you can't, we understand.
Is he more warning us or taunting us when he's giving these warnings?
It's a little bit of both. He's not against it, Because he never said no. He never said that he
Right.
wouldn't.
Right.
But the silent one is the one. The silent of the three, which is Ambrose, is kind of asking for a big ask
Right.
to be let onto the bayou to look for Macaulay.
Right. Ricole, yeah. I think Max just like
Yes, Mokos.
no, we cannot.
Here's the thing. I let the Captain Crunch bit go.
Right. I think he's just like these creatures, whatever they are. They're trying to hurt people. They have hurt people. They've hurt us, and
People
we
we
let
care
them
about.
go unchecked. People we care about, and if we go unchecked, that pain will only grow for everybody.
And despite my well-known love for your grandmother, I would hate if that happened here. To you.
I as well.
Or show us, and things might happen to this place without someone to intervene or help.
You see him slowly grab the arms of his chair and stand up to his full 6'8", and leans over, pushing the floppy disks to the side and moving the keyboard over. Let me tell you one thing, and I'm only going to say this once in a very polite manner, because if I'm not polite, Mima will have my hide. This business is not going to be shaken down. It ain't going to be pushed around. It ain't going to be threatened by nobody of any kind, of any lineage. I do not care who you is. I'm speaking. Just a moment, please. I need to speak to your crusty ass friend over here. You make a threat like that again, you better back it up. Otherwise, you ain't gonna be speaking much longer.
Marcel, no threats. Not from any of us. I assure you.
First of all, what the fuck is that chair made out of? Like industrial steel? You're a giant. That's not the point. I would never deign to threaten you or your family. I imagine you care for yours like I care for mine. I just want to offer our chance to throw our lot in with you if anything happens.
We take
Not
care
in
of
this
our.
alone, and neither are we.
We take care of our clutch. It seems like y'all take care of y'all.
Take it or leave it, we're offering it. We'll be here when things go down.
I want to hear from that one's mouth. And he points directly at Ambrose.
Just like Max is looking at him with the please behave look. Please.
You want me to say that we're going to be here if things go down?
I want to hear the truth coming from your mouth.
Oh shit.
If I were to help y'all, as you are asking right now, to investigate the bayou, my home, and then I reach out to you at some point in dire need of assistance, for whatever reason it might be, that you will reciprocate my kind gestures and come to help us here.
You know what we are. Or you have an inkling of a notion of what we are and what we can do. We've met one of these things that tried to attack us in the bayou once before. There was 4 of us. And even then we barely got away with our lives. It is crucial that we work together. You can accept it, our help, and we help you and you help us, or not. But the severity of this must be understood. Whatever is out there, no one person can defeat it. We need to work together, whether we like each other or not.
Max lets out the most like relieved sigh.
A collective butthole unclenching.
I bet you wish I just stayed out there with Meemaw now, didn't you?
No, I don't, honestly. So we would be getting shotgun shots. And I don't want that.
Now, I do want to say this before we go on to our next segment. You saying that we have a collective problem with something that's out there. We ain't have no problem here. Ain't nothing disrupting our business, ain't nothing harming us. Just got some ornery crocodile out there that we can take care of our own. We know how to fix them. It seems, though, that you had a problem. I never said I wouldn't take y'all out there. I'd be happy to put you on a boat. I would love to see this one, pointing at Thaddeus, ride our boats and see what happened to him. We've seen the toughest men scream like a little babe.
You'd be surprised.
Oh,
You'd be surprised.
You want to hear me scream? Well, we don't have to go out on the boat for that. But
You say such ugly words sometimes.
well, that's pretty hardy coming from you. I think you just said, "Oh, it's not our problem," but I guess, long as my memory, pretty sure the Polish said the same thing. Don't wait for it to come to your door. Get it when it's a problem for someone else. Don't wait for them to come take you too. It's not your problem today, you're right. But it could be your problem someday. And you'll wish you had stood with us when we all could have stood together. This is everyone's city. You're included in that. The bayou is part of the city.
He stands up, upright, and turns around and walks over to the picture of his grandfather and the dragons. Puts his hands behind his back, interlocks his fingers. These giant mitts. Just stares at it. And you hear him just like tapping his foot softly. Then you see him take a deep, deep breath as his back just expands as he's filling himself with air. And just...
Down. Get down.
He just releases all the air, and you can almost feel the air circulate through the room as he just breathes it all out. And he looks over his shoulder and just says...
It smells like beef jerky.
Happy Pride Month, y'all.
And he says, I'll meet you all outside in 5 minutes. I need to take care of something first.
Of course.
What do you think he's taking care of, guys?
God damn.
Guys, like Max is like slapping both of you like in the shoulder. The heck? What are we? Pubescent teenagers? What's happening with y'all? What's going on?
I am not ashamed of my sexuality,
the
nor
side of
will I
back?
be. I don't know what my sexuality is. I can't even begin to comprehend it, but that is a lot of it right there.
That's a lot of information. I did not expect it. Like, we're just like turning.
I got daddy
I'm pushing you
juice,
both
so I
out.
love it.
I'm pushing you both
These-
out. It's just like,
Is anybody impressed with the carpentry in this place? Like just the fact that he can walk across these floors.
I will confess, yes, I'm impressed by the chair. Your comments about the chair and the floor, I was very impressed by. But also, good job. I was not expecting the Polish part, but good job.
I'm always thinking about the Polish.
Yeah, good job.
You also did a good job. I was surprised by both of you. Good job on both of your fronts.
Oh, Ambrose just got praised.
Ambrose,
You
is this
should-
doing it for you? It's doing
You
it for
should
me.
let
I have a
me
bit of a
talk
praise
all
kink.
the-
Don't both of you.
It
Both
is,
of you.
it
I'm
is.
trying to compliment. I'm trying to compliment the fact that you used your words. Please don't push it away from you.
We do. Hey, what we do, we learn from watching you.
Mm.
I learned from watching you.
Oh my god. Get out, get out, get out.
As you guys get back outside, Meemaw is just sitting there rocking her chair. You hear,
Well, great. Now we're safe.
As she's just rocking back and forth, the double barrel shotgun resting across her lap. And she just goes, well, what are you rolled up tissues doing?
Your boy's taking us out to the bayou to do some investigating.
Did he give you a life preserver or anything?
I mean, just told us to wait out here, wait 5 minutes for him.
Well, if you go into the back of my vehicle over there, you'll find yourself some cement shoes you can wear.
Thanks.
I love her. She's got a slutty little mouth.
Shit.
What the hell did you just say to me about my Christian mouth?
The internet. I was doing the internet's Mima. I was doing the internet's. It's commentary on the political state and
The
climate.
internet has
right now.
corrupted his mind. I apologize. I am so sorry.
I was raised in a different generation.
You need a short walk and a quick drop is what you need.
You know what? And I know just the man to give it to me. Let me get back inside.
You don't. No. No. Stop. Down.
Guys, I missed 2 weeks of playing. I'm sorry. It's a lot of pent up.
Like, yeah, I fucking figured that was the case.
I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
Getting his quota in.
Gotta overclock.
My average is down.
I gotta pick it up.
Gotta pick it up.
Pick it up.
Oh,
I
shit,
love
y'all.
Mima, best character.
A few minutes later, Marcel comes out of the front entrance, but he's wearing a full-bodied raincoat, bright yellow raincoat. He's got protective goggles on.
Does he have a bucket hat?
I was going to, but yeah, you know what? Fine. He's got the bucket hat. Just for shiggles, he's got a bucket hat.
Am I into this? Yeah, I think I'm.
He's got in one hand a very large, old, rusted metal bucket. Over his right shoulder, he has a huge anchor. He's got waders on. They're white waders. They're like up to his chest. One piece. Made out of plastic in case he needs to get into the water for whatever fucking reason. He comes over to Mima, gives her a kiss in both cheeks, and as he's leaning over, she whispers something to him, and he whispers back. She puts the shotgun to her side, and she just starts rocking again, and he says, "All right. Let's go."
Ambrose, do you kind of wish this Captain Ahab look like he was looking for a little white whale? I'll be his white whale.
With that, we're going to take a 15-minute break.
No.
Before we
The
cut,
answer is no.
Moby Dick.
We'll be back in 15 minutes, y'all. So, catch you soon.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, welcome back.
Blah.
If you're just joining us, welcome to the chaos.
Thirsty motherfuckers.
If
No.
there's not enough hydration redemption to be unthirsty with this group.
I would spend my points, but I'm saving it up. I'm getting that fish hook. I don't know what it is.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
100,000.
It's a good one.
What is it?
It's a good one. I'm not even going to show you guys. Someone has to redeem it for me to actually do it.
I'm getting there, baby.
Okay. Huh? You cannot play your points. No, I'm sorry. All right. And if you are still with us from the beginning, we appreciate you. I'm sorry that you're having to wait during the BRB moment to continue our little story, but we're back. So here we are. Marcel just told y'all, let's go. As he turns on his heels and starts walking off to the distance towards a thick brush on the side. As you guys are walking, as you're walking alongside him, you see that to the right, behind the building, there are about 5 really sturdy-looking fan boats. They are large. They have gigantic fans with one seat directly in front of it with the steering mechanism, and 3 rows of chairs in front of that. On the side of each one of them is a large decal, fast and loud fannies. But you're not going that direction. He's leading you past that all. You're not going to the docks of his business. You guys are going into the brush.
Right? Just a shame. Right when I thought he was going to be behind me.
Marcel keeps on walking forward. The bucket in one hand, the anchor on the other, on his resting across his shoulder. You hear just the faint jingling of the chain. That's not a long chain, it's a short chain that's hanging off the side of it. And his heavy footsteps as he's marching through and trotting through a very noticeable path that he has walked many, many times before. Even in the dark of the night that you are starting to get into, this path is known to him. He does not need to even look where he's going to fall in the proper footsteps that have made almost divots in the ground from him making this trek back and forth numerous times. The Spanish moss hangs heavy on all the trees around you. The weeds are encompassing the area. The air is humid and dank, and just, if you were alive, it would be so uncomfortable. He's walking in full leather rain gear and unbothered by this. You can't see more than 3 feet ahead of you with how dense the vegetation has gotten the further he brings you in. Until you guys get to a small landing with cleared space. A very rickety, handmade, excuse me, handmade pier is over on this outcropping of tamed land, we'll call it. On the end of the pier is one fan boat. No decal, pretty old looking. The fan itself looks very well maintained, but the boat, it's old. There is the one seat in front of the fan and only one row ahead of it. It's not very wide. It might fit 2 of you abreast. One of you is going to have to sit either on someone's lap or on the floor of the boat itself. Marcel gets in, starts walking down the pier, stands alongside the boat and holds onto it. Excuse me, goodness. I got something in my throat there. And looks at the 3 of you and says, it's going to be a little bit of cramp, but you're here for not comfort, I assume. So please make yourselves as comfortable as you can, and we'll get going.
Max will sit on the floor.
Okay. Are you going to sit on the floor behind the bench or in front of the bench?
Let's fucking roll. Let's see. Evens front, odds back. Odds back.
All right. So you were sitting between your coterie members and Marcel. Okay. His seat is about 2 feet above where you would be sitting. Just to give you a point of reference.
Gotcha.
He's holding onto the boat for you guys to get in. He's stabilizing it so you guys can hop on in.
Why are we taking this boat instead of one of those other sturdier ones?
You're not paying.
What a bitch.
Fair. Like a businessman.
I
Well,
thought we were gonna go someplace
No, I
creepy.
don't, but good for you. He sits down, crosses his legs, one leg elegantly over the other.
Which again, for a gross Nosferatu looking man.
Alright, so you all pile into the boat. And once you do, he tethers it from the pier with the small bit of rope that was holding it steady there. Tosses the rope into the boat, gets on himself, climbs up into his seat, and you hear the fan roar to life. It is deafening as it starts up. He then doesn't kill the motor, but turns it at a lower, what the hell's it called? Gear, so that it's not as loud. And he shouts to you all, "You're gonna want to buckle up, and if you're gonna sit there, you're gonna want to hold on to something."
Ew. Man, he does.
He does a little, and then puts an arm around Ambrose.
He takes a hand and puts it on the back of Aubrey's neck and just kind of squeezes it. The other one on the side of the boat. All right, Max, grab a thigh.
And he just grabs the chairs.
He's trusting the chairs. Good carpentry in this family.
The boat is made of metal. It's a not a wooden boat. That wooden boat would fall apart with the power of the fan.
Yes, nothing. Clearly, everything here is built of highest caliber.
Built to last.
You can trust one thing about swamp folk. Quite the craftsman.
They're Ford tough. He then shouts to you all, "We also taking this one to maneuver better in the swamp. You wanna go where these things are? You gonna need this one." And with that, he brings the boat to life as it roars again, and you feel just the power of this thing launch itself forward. He doesn't even bother with starting off softly. He just guns it. As the front end of the boat picks up about 2 feet off of the water, you feel the wind flashing behind you, and you all just get bayou water just splashed into the boat.
Oh, that's delicious.
Little bit of a misting on your faces as he starts launching down into the bayou. Within a few moments, he hits a button on his side seat, and the not a strobe light, a
Floodlight?
Thank you very much. A floodlight opens up at the very front of the boat, illuminating the path ahead of him. You see that he is now going into deeper, darker waters. It is open space where you are. You guys were in the thick of it. He's now going into open water. You can see that the channel has opened up and you are going towards the Mississippi. The water is getting choppier. The boat is jumping up and down. The wind is howling past you. It is so loud, even with the noise-canceling headphones he's given you all, you can still hear the vibrating noise of the fan behind you. The the clouds above start to get darker and start to form up and just coalesce above, and they start to unleash rains upon you all. There is a heavy downpour that is now assailing all of you as you are careening through the water. Each pellet of rain
Is this where we die?
feels like rocks have been thrown at you.
Ow.
You look back and you see Marcel stone-faced, his protective goggles on, his leather rain jacket zipped all the way up, and he's just looking straight ahead.
I'm getting Willy Wonka, Charlie the Chocolate Factory, Boat of Chocolate vibes.
What a reference.
As Ambrose sees the water opening up into open water,
Yep.
you can see visibly that his face, where he was cocky before, and he is in absolute fear now, just seeing the openness of the water
Yeah, just seeing
before
a
them.
bunch of water.
Yep.
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 The rain continues. The fan boat howls onward. A few moments go by, and you feel him making sharp turns, which inadvertently makes you all lean to one side as you hold on for dear life in fear of being launched out. Max, your grip on this metal, if you had blood in your veins, your knuckles would be white right now.
Yeah.
You are trying to meld yourself in with the boat to become as sturdy as you can.
Yeah.
Long minutes pass, the rain continues, and the fan turns off. You are sitting in the middle of a vast, open, raging storm upon the Mississippi. Marcel takes his headset off and says, "All right. You wanted to see something, didn't you?"
It's like Max is trying to make sure his first words out of his mouth aren't "ow." As he I feel like because of supernatural strength, like when he lets go of what he's been holding on to, there are imprints of his hands.
Sure, we'll let that happen. Absolutely. Thematically, that'll be perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. And he just like has to do this instinctively.
Is the water gonna continue to rise inside of the boat?
You see him look down at you guys and says, "There's a small pail out front if you want to start belaying that water."
Immediately, Ambrose does. He's chucking all the water he can.
It's really not that much, but for Ambrose, it's a ton.
Yeah, for Ambrose, I imagine it's a lake.
We're
It's hard to
sinking.
tell based on the rain whether or not Aubrey's crying, but if you were looking at his face, he probably is. And he's just trying to take it all in, and he's like, I just got this sign at the dock. Said,
That's
frog
lit.
parking, violators will be towed. It was really funny.
How long? How long are we holding on to that? You son of a- How long?
I just wanted to meet Shrek, and I don't think he lives here.
That's a nice boulder. I like that boulder.
Onto that. Oh, that's terrible. It's a rain. You said it's a storm, right?
It's a storm. If you've ever been to New Orleans, you know that it rains storms often.
Yeah.
And this is a powerful one as you're sitting in the middle of the Mississippi and the current is just taking you.
Yeah, it's just letting us go.
So where is it? Where are they?
Oh, don't worry. They'll make themselves known.
I think as soon as he says that, I'm gonna use Sense the Beast,
Mm-hmm.
and he's just gonna look out into the vastness of darkness. to
Okay.
see what the fuck's out there.
Sure.
If there's stuff out there. It is my. I'll tell you right now. It is my resolve in animalism versus composure and subterfuge.
Okay. I'm not going to even roll.
Cool. That's 5 successes.
There are things out there.
How
You
many?
you can't get a beat on how many, but there are things out there. There are things that have a stronger presence. There are things that seem to be closer than others.
Mhm.
There are some that actually feel as if they're darting underneath the boat.
The question becomes, because how it's worded, the skill is worded. It's
Mhm.
Wind allows the user to sense the level of hostility in a target, whether the person is prepared to do harm or even determined to cause it, and determine whether they harbor a supernatural beast, marking them as werewolf or vampire. So I don't know if that changes from where blank.
I'll allow it for sure, of course, because
Cool.
in the world of darkness there are many were creatures.
Right.
And you are picking up on not just one type of were creature.
Ah.
There are
You see anything out there?
definitely 2 different types of creatures in the vicinity.
Mhm.
One of them that's darting underneath the boat
Mhm.
moves in a very straight line.
Right.
The one that are off in the distance, closer to land, have a more fluid-like movement.
I think
Yeah.
instinctively, Max is like looking out and he points one direction and the other direction. To if they're watching them, if we're being watched, he wants them to know that he sees them both.
Is
Or
there-
sees them at least.
He looks at you. Aubrey says, "Are any of them straight, or do some of them look fluid?" Pride Month.
Pride Month. And like Max is just pointing as like the guy is he coming towards the boat to disappear under it, or is he coming up to?
Oh no, it wasn't coming. It was. If the boat is this way,
Mm-hmm.
the thing was dark. If you're going in this direction, the thing was going this direction.
Right, it's cutting us from the middle. Okay.
Yeah, but it wasn't.
So-
It wasn't coming at the boat. It was way under.
Yeah, it's way under. So Max is literally pointing in the directions of. He's doing his clock hands.
Yep.
Essentially.
So whose idea was this?
Now, just to remind you guys, this boat just fits 2 of you abreast, so it's maybe this not even as long as my desk is.
Right.
Storyteller, can you tell the crocodiles that there's no more room in the boat and that they can in fact not get in
They
the
can
boat?
leave. They can
There's
leave
just
the
not a
scene.
lot of room.
Who said anything about crocodiles?
You
Yeah.
bitch.
What the fuck does that mean? What the-
Oh no. Oh.
We
Okay.
could probably fit Granny if that's what you're saying. We could probably
Yeah.
fit Granny.
I think
It's on my lap.
it's just if we're staying quiet. I don't know if we're staying quiet, but like Max is like, you both see Max like focused in, eyes glowing, as like he's looking at things you guys can't see.
Your eyes got that beautiful thing that hits in the moonlight with the sheen that cats get. Oh,
Yeah.
Do you remember what I told you both about open water?
I hate it here.
I just realized this was a terrible idea. This was a terrible idea.
It's not
What did we
terrible.
hope to gain from this?
It's not terrible until we're dead.
A few moments.
Yeah.
Like if they're here, then we die, and you, end
Don't
of
know that yet.
story.
Calm down, both of you.
Few moments
I'm not going to
later,
die.
as
I will
you're
cover
saying
you.
this, in the spotlight that is ahead of the boat, you see a dorsal fin pass through the light and dip down. It is a large fin. And then
Oh, even if that's a dolphin, dolphins are dicks.
several feet behind the dorsal fin, comes the swaying of a equally large tail fin.
Okay, I don't think it's a dolphin.
Marcel, what is that thing?
That is one hell of a shark. We don't want to interact with it. You just leave it alone. It's gonna leave you alone. Let's hope.
Let's hope.
So, all right. Are we going to go ahead now, or what? What do we do?
Like I
The
told
storm-
you, we have to wait. They gonna make themselves known a little bit. They
checking
know
us
the
out.
sound of my fan boat. Everything in the bayou know the sound of my fan boat.
Pretty
roll
distinct.
for. Can I roll for Viscitude?
What are you trying to do?
Can I roll for never?
I want a
forgetting something?
harpoon hand.
Okay,
That's
give
badass.
me your rouse check first.
Just hide it. Just like,
A normal success. It's not.
That's fine. All you need for rouse check is just any type of success. That's all good. You are able to now go ahead with your vicissitude.
So,
You need to roll for it though.
Vicissitude, yeah, I know. Okay. What?
this was Ambrose' own idea. This is Ambrose'.
You get what you ask for.
This was the
You
worst
go- you
decision
go look out
ever. In the middle of open water.
Open water. I mean, oh man, can you imagine if Kieran was here?
He wouldn't survive this, unfortunately.
He out here. He would be
He
out
wouldn't have been
here.
on the boat.
He'd be back with me on knitting. That's what he
Yes, he would be. Like,
One-
because we're so close to the water. It's right there.
A failure, a success, and
Critical success.
critical success. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You're able to shape your. How are you making it into just this is now a harpoon? Or are you making it like this is now a harpoon?
This is a harpoon.
Okay, so you are doing this in front of Marcel. Cool, got it.
He has his back. He has his back to me. He's looking ahead. Right? Because
No, you have your back to Marcel.
Yeah,
Oh.
he's above us.
Yeah.
He's a fanboy, he's
Yeah.
above us.
On.
You're just like
Don't worry about what's going on down here.
I give you a wink and I tell you, I can always make him forget later.
Max is just focused. Max can't.
Max, you as you're still looking with the eyes of the beast, you see that the shark that had passed definitely
Is one.
is 100% one of them.
Cool.
And it nudges the boat underneath. You all feel the boat shift a bit. And you hear Marcel go, "Son of a bitch, I do not want to have to deal with this shit tonight. If any of you plan on living tonight, you best not move. Do not touch the water. And if you have any blood on you, you better drink that shit now. We do not want none of that in the water."
Ambrose grabs Aubrey's face when he's crying and just licks up all of the blood that he's just just all of it,
Just, oh.
This is making it so much worse.
slapping him. Stop crying! I want to live. Licks him again.
Okay, that's doing it for me. One more. Just right in the face.
Stop it. Slap.
Oh,
Um,
the blood is all going somewhere else now. We're good.
far off in the distance, you see with Marcel's spotlight, because he's now angling it up, not on the water, but outward.
Mhm.
Way off in the distance, you see the reflection of crocodile eyes. Multiple of them just sitting in a straight line on the horizon.
Max is counting numbers. Max is every detail. Every detail.
You see that there are 10 of them,
Good God.
and only one of them has the beast to it.
Okay. Oh, still. Oh God. Cool.
The
I got
one
cats,
that
they got
does have the
crocodile
beast dips underwater,
spines. Mhm.
and Marcel brings the fan boat to life again. Once again, puts that full blast, launching the boat forward. You all move back into your seat as you are flying past that whatever that shark was, whatever that monstrous shark that was below you,
Mhm.
out of its vicinity. and straight on towards where those glowing eyes were in the darkness. A few minutes later, you are now on the opposite side of the Mississippi. You are so far away from New Orleans right now. You are not where you were expecting to be by any league.
League water.
He starts bringing you into a new bayou. Lots of weeping willows that are hanging over. The space becomes from the open vastness of the Mississippi to very tight-quartered, narrow waterways. And he is not going slow through this space. He's taking those sharp turns hard. The boat is dipping very precariously close to the water as it starts slowly seeping into the boat as he rights it up again. About 10 more minutes in the dark. The only way that you can tell where it's going is by that single beam of light at the head of the boat. The map is ingrained in Marcel's mind. He knows where he's going. He's been here numerous times. You are so thick in the brush at this point.
Yeah, he is.
That even the lights of the cities that were off in the distance cannot be seen.
Good God, Jesus.
Is he trying to kill us?
And he starts to slowly bring the fan boat almost to a standstill. And he just says, if y'all want to survive this evening, you gonna shut your mouth and not move. Just like what you saw out there underwater. That ain't nothing what about to happen if they see you.
You think he could follow us?
If it wanted to, it could have taken us. It could still take us.
So he's a navigator.
I'm gonna go down there. I'm gonna go down where you live and punch you.
Sorry, just being a little bit of an instigator.
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna fucking. Oh, that actually hurt. That one actually hurt me physically.
One experience point.
Oh my God.
Marcel taps Max on the shoulder and he whispers, "Hand me that rope."
Max immediately does so. Not trying to play these games.
He takes the rope and he starts tying it to the end of that chain that's on the anchor. The anchor is about a good 3 feet long, and it is heavy. It is hard. It is wrought iron.
Can we recount? That guy's so strong.
He's a powerhouse.
He's like he's carrying that like I might carry a gallon of milk. He's just like, that's not true. I struggle with a gallon.
After he's got it secured to his level of sufficientness, he doesn't just drop it in the water. He gets off of his seat, standing alongside you guys, and slowly places it to the water's edge and threads it into the water until he feels bottom and just gently lets go.
So scary.
Slowly getting back into his seat, and you hear the click of his seatbelt.
Max turns to make sure that these two are clicked in.
If you look at Marcel, you see that he has now taken his safety goggles and he has moved them up onto his forehead. The rain is still coming down. Even in the dense vegetation and brush that you are in, it is still heavy enough that it's seeping through the small spaces between the leaves. Trickles of rain are falling down his face. But you see that his focus is locked in straight ahead. his eyes unblinking, his face unmoving. He then reaches to his side, and you hear the electronical whir as the spotlight slowly pans up in the distance. It was at the crest of the water edge and the land where they meet. There's no green there. It was slick mud. Slowly pans up, and you see the space that this earth occupies has numerous markings, large claw marks, large dragging marks that go not just in a straight line, but a little bit of a slithering. And you can tell that the ground has been purposely ripped apart to make almost of a nest. The trees that are surrounding this area have been pushed aside, uprooted. It's about a good 50-foot space in diameter that this nest is. There is nothing else in the area. You hear no sounds of insects, no birds, no other fan boats, just the rain pitter-pattering on the boat and the water around you. And Marcel whispers, "You want to know what was it there? You want to see what it looked like?" It's up to you. I've got 20 feet of rope. You got 20 feet of movement to go. That's enough to get you onto that little embankment right there. But I bet fuck all if I'm coming with y'all.
We've come this far. Unclicks the signal. And what exactly are you going to get us onto the land? What?
I can take you right up to it. Just enough for you to jump off the front of my boat onto that land. But let me be 1000% crystal clear. I don't know where it is, but it knows where we are. You disturb any of this water, I can guarantee you this be our final evening.
Understood.
Well, ignorance is the father of fear, and I am both afraid and stupid, so let's go get some information. So I can be a little less of one.
Take us to the land.
Marcel nods, and he reaches behind where his very large pole that has a flag for notifications. He takes that off the back of his fan boat and start using it almost like a gondolier's pole, gently pushing it into the water and moving the boat forward. He did as he said. He brought you the 20 feet that you guys needed to reach the edge of this landing. The anchor holding the boat in place now.
Ambrose, it's not that this isn't romantic. It's just I really hoped our first gondola ride wouldn't be in a swamp.
Stay close to me, please. If something happens, I may become a little frightening. But perhaps... No, just stay close.
You wouldn't have to ask that because Aubrey's almost wearing you.
And just jump off. Max just jumps off.
Marcel,
Help these two.
before you jump off, Marcel whispers, "If anything happen, I'm getting the fuck out of here and leaving y'all."
And if you do, if that does happen, there's a man named Angelo. Tell him what happened. He'll know what to do.
I'll respect that. I will pass your message on to this Angelo.
If it happens, I'm just saying. This is a if. I hope it's a if. I really do. Because I love this afterlife I'm living. I'd love to keep living it.
Should it turn to the worst, make sure that Angelo knows what happened here today and share with him my final words. Don't ever play cards with crocodiles. You'll lose every hand.
Listen here, Captain Hook, you get off my boat right now.
Well,
Toss your ass off.
Amber goes off.
All right.
His heels sink into the slushy mud.
They don't just sink. It becomes glued on. So there's a difference between loose mud and moved mud. Loose mud you can move in. Moved mud has almost a reaction to weight, especially piercing weight. It gets that suction to it where it holds on as if trying to keep you in place and bring you down.
Quicksand-y.
Very much so like it.
Your air pockets get to pull in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, science, you fickle bitch.
do you think that this is where they make Gatorade?
Oh my god.
They don't make colored sugar water here.
My favorite was that blue mist, blue rain. The blue one, but not the dark blue one.
God, I thank you so much for being you.
All right. You guys are now on this not small, it's 50-foot diameter.
Yeah, it's huge embankment.
Yeah. Piece
Bigger
of
than our
land.
boat.
Yep, definitely is. It's a standalone piece of land. It is not connected to anything else. It is its own small miniature island.
I
hate this.
I thought this was a
Hate it.
delta at first, but it turns out it's an island.
It's an island. No,
I know a lot about
Delta's are different.
geography.
Delta's are different. It's not a
Hey guys,
particular-
what if I did like a Mrs. Incredible and just turned myself into like a boat?
Start kicking.
Well, wait,
God,
I'm not gonna lie, I'm
If only you could.
kind of about it.
If only you weren't a vampire and could do that.
Hollow,
You
hollow
would
me
melt.
out, I'll just float.
Ah.
We're just blowing air into you.
But
Using your
hours of
rib
just
cage as the
watching
body of the boat.
us. Awful.
What are you blowing into? Don't worry about.
Shut up.
Jesus Christ.
Shut up.
So back to the game.
I know we're just so scared. We're just so scared.
I think this is where we die. So,
This is it. Like this is it. Like I'm getting ready to. I'm thinking
Dylan,
of
if
new
you were
character
going to
concepts.
tell us this is where we were going to end the story, as like this is the end of the tale, we roll new characters. Is this
I would
that
have
moment?
appreciated a finale on the tags of this episode.
So I need for all of you
No, roll new characters.
to please give me a wits
Uh-huh.
investigation.
Those are my stats, man.
Those are my. I think wits at least I have. I know. Gosh, I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't want to
Oh,
brag.
that's two. That's 2 successes.
Successes.
Out of a possible 2 dice, that's 2 successes.
Nice.
2 failures, 4 successes.
Nice.
Okay.
A failure and a success.
Okay.
Killing it.
You guys can definitely tell that the markings that are swarmed upon this space
Don't like that word.
are reminiscent of alligator trailings. Crocodile trailing, excuse me. But it's all the exact same size. When you look down and you see the claw marks, they're all the same size. When you see the tail draggings in the mud, they're all the same size. When you see the loose teeth that are spread around on the ground, they are all the same 4-inch size. When you see the 3 eggs that are sitting in the center,
Eggs, fuck me.
you see that they are all the same large size. You know that a regular alligator egg is a little smaller than your palm.
Yes.
These things are about the size of your forearm.
Fucking Aubrey's like just losing his mind, cackling like a madman. Fucking
cackling.
scientist. They said that
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
they said that since the KT extinction, fucking alligators were fucking unevolved. They don't know shit. We're totally gonna die here.
They don't know shit. They don't know.
Ambrose reaches down to grab the teeth, but stops when he sees the eggs. Where is its mother? We are near its young.
It knows.
Ambrose will take out his phone and press record.
Yes, let's record our final words.
I might as well. Shit.
He's recording the whole scene, just kind of panning around at the tracks, at the teeth, at the nest.
Mm-hmm. Do you
Most
have your
recent
flashlight on for your phone while you're recording?
Oh, fuck me. I got to,
it.
but I have
You
to.
have to. You have to.
We take one of these eggs, we raise it up.
Oh man, is that a plot hook? Oh, that looks delicious. Look at the bait on that hook.
There
Look at
you
the
go.
bait on-
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at the bait on that hook. Look at it.
You're panning around. You're taking video footage of the space around you. You are making note of everything that you're seeing. You put a banana next to the egg for scale.
Wait a minute.
Wow.
As you're turning around,
These tracks are almost 12 inches. I can tell.
Before, yeah. Oh, yeah.
as you're turning your phone around, taking all this information in, off in the distance, you see the glow of crocodile eyes. They're not in the water. They're
Alright, roll for animal
not.
handling.
They're not on land. They are about 12 feet off the ground.
I was joking when I said make them fly.
I was
We're on the
joking.
same page.
Pan up.
Your phone light is not strong enough to capture the body of the creature in the distance, but your light reflects off of their eyes. And you hear the rumbling growl that everyone knows of a crocodile telling people or anything else that you are in the wrong place.
So massage
From
my
where
wrist.
you are, you can feel this grumbling vibrate through the air and hit your skin. Every one of you feels this. And you hear Marcel in the back whisper, "You fuckers better slowly get back into the boat. If those eyes get any closer, I told y'all what I'm going to do."
Come on now. Come on.
We haven't.
Come on,
What if they could speak
on.
to us?
come on.
I think it did.
I think it did.
And Ambrose steps back.
Ambrose,
with his eyes,
your
Can
your
he see?
your boots are stuck. Your heels are stuck in that mud.
I'm gonna fucking grab him immediately. I don't like.
I
There's
can't.
like
Max,
as soon as Max sees like, because I imagine we're all back, we're all on a line, and as soon as like there's a break in that line, Max immediately all the strength he could ever muster, every single point I have in strength and grappling, every single one. He picks Ambrose up and just that.
Ambrose's foot comes out of the boot, but the boot stays.
Wait. I need to.
Let's go.
It's tribute to the crocodile gods. This is their home now. Boot, you live here now.
The Chanel boot that has been with Ambrose for the last 10 years is now left in the mud in that nest
It's gonna be okay.
as you are all being brought back into the boat.
Get it back for me.
Mac, do you even speak a little bit of Gator?
I don't know, and I'm not trying to find out now. And like Max sees Ambrose breaking down,
And
I
trying
guess.
to get the damn boot. Yes.
Max like sits you down in the seat, buckles you in. I'm sorry about whatever that boot is attached to, whatever memory. But we will not have any more if we die. The future is more important. In this moment, the future matters more. I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
He moves to like cup his face, wipe the tear from his face, like gentle, being as gentle as possible.
Oh, he rubs his eyes really quickly to get that blood off.
Yeah, he's like moving it off.
While
He's
you
like cupping you gently. He's just like, it's gonna be okay.
while you guys are talking and doing this, Marcel is slowly backing away from the island, using that rod once again to get those 20 feet away. Silently, slowly. The look on his face, it's not fear, it is determination. He is very focused on preserving his life
Right? Makes sense.
and yours.
More his. I get it. I get it. No, there's no need to sugarcoat it. Like, hey, wants to live. I understand. Shit.
I mean,
As soon as
stayed
he
long
gets-
enough to let us get on the boat. It's pretty
As soon as he gets to that 20-foot mark, he doesn't even bother to uproot his anchor. He cuts the cord with a machete he has,
Holy shit.
and he puts that fan boat in reverse and books it.
Mm.
You guys are flying through the tight channels again. You are going through these hairpin turns at breakneck speeds. The rain is still pounding. But all of you do not hear a thing. You don't feel a thing. The only thing on your mind and in your entire being is the thing that you just saw and lived from. You're now back on the open water. He doesn't stop. He continues on. The boat does not go slower by a fraction for the entirety of the ride until you guys get back to the other side of the Mississippi. He doesn't bring you back to the brush pier where you started your journey at. He brings you guys right back to his docks at his building. He doesn't even bother docking properly by throwing the lines out. He hops off with a loud, heavy thud onto the metal docks, and he starts determinedly walking to the building. Doesn't wait for you guys, doesn't even mention anything. You just see the yellow rain jacket, the full body coat, marching off towards the building.
I feel like even if Max doesn't need to breathe, he was still holding his breath that entire ride through. It's like his eye. I don't know how many times I can use Sense the Beast, but I'll roll rouse like 3 rouse checks.
Yeah, that's cool. Yep.
I succeed on all of them just to like see like if we're being followed the entire time. Were we being followed at all?
Only once you got to the center of the Mississippi,
The shark again.
that thing started trailing you because you are a fast-moving object in its territory.
Right.
It started trailing you until you got to the brackish water.
Right. Until it wasn't deep enough anymore.
I was an investigator.
Yeah. Keep saying, you son of a bitch.
I've got a couple more.
I'm coming for you. I'm coming down to Florida. I'm coming for you. And I think Matt, I guess we're all just quiet, and Max immediately pops up and offers his hand to help you guys out of the boat.
So Aubrey knows what it is to have very few things, more so than most, especially things from his former life, things that he had that were priceless in nature and carried memories that were special. They're not objects, they're emotional icons. And in this moment, he looks down at his concert worn Chuck Taylor All Stars, slightly dirtied in the mud, and he sees he sees Ambrose's bare foot, and these are lucky shoes. He's lucky he never grew out of them. He's lucky one of the few things his mom gave him, he still had. If they could have a hole worn into them that weren't patched or taken care of, or turned in some way to always keep them so well cared for, this was a moment where they were slightly dirty. And even dirty, they were incredibly meaningful to him. But nobody could know that. Nobody could know how attached he was to such a silly possession. And he bends down, and much like the prince trying on Cinderella's shoe, he kicks off his shoe and he slides it onto Ambrose's barefoot and says, "Can't have you getting cold. Feet." Takes Ambrose's hand and leads them off the boat.
Ambrose is very cold up until this point, and when Aubrey puts the shoe on his foot, his face hardens even more into something menacing. And he squeezes Aubrey's hand as they're getting off the boat. And he pulls Aubrey to him. "You will never replace him." He shoves Aubrey's hand to the side and walks off back to the car.
It was a great idea you had going out there. We accomplished so much. I'm glad you're alive too.
I think because Max has just been standing on the pier. Max has just been standing on the dock. Sees that. Walks over to Aubrey.
Hey, champ.
Just puts his arm around him.
Save the day again.
That's a good gesture.
Which part? Where you saved the day again? Yeah, it was.
Talking about you, brother. They're not mad at you.
I know. We all have a shit. Did you enjoy the ride?
No. Did you?
No, why did we go out there? I believed that they were out there. I didn't need the proof.
Well, now we have the proof. And more than that. I only thought it was going to be gators. Now we got sharks in the waters too.
I just think that this city, it's not very good, is it?
No, it's been pretty boring. It's been pretty boring, I would say. Past couple years since I lived here my whole life, it's been pretty boring. And then 5 years has been pretty okay. It's just only now that shit is starting to pick up, and I don't appreciate it. But that is life, I suppose.
It's all life,
Sometime-
I guess.
Uh, sometimes
liked
you're
it.
more boring, but sometimes you don't get boring.
I liked it when we were just doing deals with werewolves in the swamp.
Whoa.
Well, that was the first instance we met these folk. I miss when we had to just deal with the crazy prince. That was cool. That was neat. This is
My life-
this is different.
I thought my life was interesting. Concerts and magazine covers and shows. This is something else.
I mean, this is certainly a performance of cons.
Robert reaches around and looks at your shirt and then fixes your flannel a little bit and then looks at his own and he's like, I would have got kicked out of the record label sooner if it meant I could have just another year of this.
It rustles his hair. It's the simple things.
This is simple.
It's the simple thing. I mean, in the vampire world, this seems pretty simple. I guess. I don't really know. I'm not politics with this whole. This is all new to me. So you'll have to forgive me on that front. But were creatures, where individuals, that's new. But I'm sure we could handle it.
The world keeps getting more fucked up. And we're the ones doubling down saying we can handle it. I mean, I'd bet on you every time. But I don't know if I'd bet on me.
I don't know about that. You surprised me. Surprised me back in there.
You give us a lot to live up to.
Very eloquently spoken. You had me in awe.
Well, all shucks. Now you can feel a fraction of what we feel every time we get to listen to you.
Oh, hush. Yes, you compliment me. I get it. I help and thank you for it.
Well, if you feel complimented, that wasn't my intent. I was just
Oh.
stating facts.
Oh,
If
sure.
that somehow charms you, then that's just a win.
But I'm gonna need more of your charm. Whatever the fuck this is, I'm sure we're gonna get thrown into more of it. So,
I'm not
Since it-
strong.
with words,
I'm only
shit.
brave when you guys are next to me, but
Hey,
everything I have, it's yours the minute you need it.
brave together. That's the
Hey,
part.
can you believe we just walked up to a giant fucking crocodile?
No, I can't. I don't want to, but we did.
A little bit you wanted to know if you could talk to it, right?
I kinda. But at the same time, I think its message was the growl and the feeling in my literal dead heart going, oh no. So
I just
Oh,
feel
no.
like
also, it's kind of fucked up that Marcel didn't give us raincoats. Like they wore spare raincoats in the boat. Like I feel like he should have been like, hey, here. Like there's like I
maybe he thought vampires were immune to rain.
I doubt it.
It could have been all of those out of the line comments that everybody else makes.
That could have been it. That could have been the punishment.
I feel like that might be a little bit my fault.
A little bit.
We better go catch up with Ambrose before they decide the leather coat they need is that old lady.
So, with that, Ambrose, as you're marching up past the building, Meemaw is still sitting on her rocking chair, her shotgun not in hand, laying to the side. Her blanket covering her lap and her legs. And she's actually whittling. She's got a nice sized knife in one hand and a hunk of wood in the other, and she's just etching away at it. Etching away, etching away, etching away.
Takes a step towards her. Yes, because you know that's more dangerous, don't you? To my kind.
What in the hell are you spouting out now?
Did you know what was out there? Those creatures.
Crocodiles? Of course we know there are crocodiles out there. There's a bayou.
You're not stupid.
I didn't say I was. It seems like you the stupid one here, you ain't some bitch. What the hell are you talking about?
I'm not going to break your neck. I'm not going to drain you. I'm not going to do anything. Your sad little life will be over, and you're going to die in this swamp. And I hope the crocodiles eat you.
I don't know if that was supposed to be pleasantries on your part, but I do expect to die sometime soon. I am 102. And if the alligator come get me, so be it. Circle of life, bitch.
You are a bitch.
I want that t-shirt.
And he looks like he's restraining himself. He inches towards only to crack his neck a little bit, lift his hands, and take a step back. And he looks towards wherever Marcel had gone, and he follows.
Marcel is back inside. You see the light is on inside.
And he goes inside, doing a little limp with one of his heels.
Yeah.
So, you knew exactly what was out there.
1 second. Let's before we jump into that, let's get the boys as they're coming back around.
Max, I feel like they're the speed walking. they speed walk to see if they can catch up to Ambrose.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then I guess do we see them walking in?
Yeah, you see just the tail end of Ambrose walking in, and
okay.
Meemaw says, "Your leper friend just walked back inside."
Thank you for not stabbing my leper friend, Meemaw.
I'm making a toad. You can't stab nothing with a toad.
You could probably stab somebody with a toad, Meemaw.
No, but I can stab someone with this here knife.
I'm sure you could. Please don't stab anybody.
She just
Max is showing them like the utmost respect. As a child could show an elder.
Could you imagine how much she has to cut up of food just to swallow it? Oh my god, that's just really good with that knife.
I imagine in my head she's an ex-commando with many secrets.
She is a Navy SEAL.
Navy
She's
SEAL.
coming up out of the swamp.
Oh, I imagine so.
That gator would have apologized to her.
I mean, you see Marcel?
You
see what that boy made of?
She birthed that.
Exactly. Imagine the progenitor of that.
We thought that chair was made of tougher stuff. This bitch. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet it's wrecked.
I bet it's a mess.
The next one just walks right out. When it's windy, I bet you it's like a cave.
You guys walk in
also,
and
I will say, if Ambrose killed Meemaw Christian would have killed you.
I wanted to do something. Hell,
Don't. Don't.
Very
do it.
proud of you, Robin.
I will fly to Texas. I'll do it. I'll go. I'll travel.
He keeps threatening us with world trips, and I don't see the
will-
problem here.
I'll take these trips. I'll take them.
You guys get
He's got a
inside, and
passport.
you see
What, David?
Ambrose is making a beeline to the office.
Mhm.
All right,
Follow
we
me.
can continue right from there. Ambrose, go right ahead. What were we going to say?
No, he walks right into the office. You knew exactly what was out there.
I knew something was out there. I didn't know exactly what, but I know there was something out there.
That was the first time you've seen something like that.
Like that? No, that wasn't
Yes.
the first time. I was not expecting to see that over there. That particular one, though, I ain't seen before.
What other ones have you seen?
Well, you saw that shark.
Yes, but what is it?
I don't know the name of it, but I do tell you this. I've seen that thing get bigger than Jaws.
That thing was a megalo fucking Donis, whatever the hell you call it.
Oh, I got it in one.
Okay. What do you want me to say about that?
Wait.
Okay. Just so curt. It's just so.
So is that thing a were shark? There's were sharks?
Apparently,
I don't know what to call it, as I just said no more than a sentence and a half ago. But yes, I would say that they might be a were shark. If you have werewolves, I would suspect they are were. I'm gonna go out on a limb. I bet there are were dung beetles out there somewhere.
No, I've just gotten to deal with were crocodiles. I'm not dealing with were dung beetles.
to answer your
Why?
question, Ambrose, to answer your question, yes, that was a were shark.
We were in the center. We were in its nest. We were in open water. Why not kill us? They're not better creatures with fucking morals. They're
Probably don't
mongrels.
taste very good with dead meat.
There's rules underwater. I protect the bayous. My family, we've always protected the bayous. Things come and go in and out of these waters, and they know who takes care of what, and they respect that. As I told you, everything knows my fan boat. Everything knows Marcel's fan boat. If something were to happen to my boat and myself, I'm sure there would have been an uprising of some sort. You are lucky that we took my boat and not one of them potty boats that we usually go out on. Count your blessings if you have any.
Thank you for giving us that look. I appreciate you.
And Ambrose opens
Hmm.
back up his phone to just review the video.
Mm-hmm.
We learned a lot more than we thought we'd learn. And I appreciate you again risking your life to do that for us.
Took a risk you didn't have to take. And it won't soon be forgotten.
Hell no. Hell no. If there's anything you need, anything at all,
We them boys.
especially if you need another ass whooping, just asking, just saying. I'm your man.
What I need y'all to do is to be mindful. Whatever was out there, whatever we came across tonight, I ain't seen that shit. I've been to that spot a few times. But I ain't never seen no eggs. I ain't never seen no creature that big before. Now y'all be mindful. It was not happy to see the three of y'all, of course, but I don't know if that includes me with that grumble that it made. I may have just made myself an enemy by welcoming y'all to its home. Uninvited, of course, mind you. That being said, you mind yourselves out there while I try to figure out how I can protect myself and my own. My
We're
kin, we
typically
gotta.
louder trouble than the average. As much as I hate that, we typically seem to get the attention of very loud folk and are very loud in the process. So I think they'll be focusing on us than you. But again, and to be safe, I would keep yourself safe. But if what we saw out there is the same thing we saw in the sewers, and I suppose it's just tit for tat. We saw what they can do, they saw us.
Well, then let me tell you this. It probably thinks you hunting it. The monsters are hunting a monster.
Mm-hmm.
They struck first.
They drew first blood.
They don't care.
Neither
They
do I.
hunted an entire clan. They destroyed an entire clan.
Just for shits and giggles, or is there a reason behind that?
That's the thing, we don't know. That's the most dangerous part.
Don't speak where, Grok.
Well, I hate to do this, but I think it's time for Meemaw and myself to take a vacation.
I think that's for the best.
We're gonna have to go visit some kin out west. Get ourselves far away from these familiar territories.
I understand. If you ever need a place to stay, I have an apartment. It's got a fort in it. My house is your house, my friend.
Does this fort house happen to be anywhere away from New Orleans?
No, I just wanted to make sure that you
Then
knew
what the hell
my
kind of vacation would
hospitality-
that be when I say I need to go visit kin out west? I somewhat appreciate your offer, but at the same time, I feel like you're just goading me on, child. And
No, that's just him.
I was actually being quite sweet. I feel like
That's-
I need to cadence everything with. I don't mean any disrespect or offense.
That's just him, Marcel.
The accent, I'm sure.
it ain't the accent. I've got my own.
Yeah,
Just-
but yours sounds like comforting.
Just make sure you're okay. Bayou's not going to be the same without you, I assure you. But we're going to make sure that it's safe when you come back.
I think y'all best be worrying about your own safety. Don't worry about the bayou, because the bayou, it's going to get wild.
It endures.
And you're not going to want to be around here without proper protection.
I don't mean any offense. I do feel like I need to cadence it that way. When you said without being invited, did you mean that's a thing? There's a way to get them to communicate with them.
I've never communicated with those things before. I've communicated with a regular crocodile. I make sure
So
that they
it's more
come
of a
up.
colloquialism.
I make sure they come up to the boats and give the tourists a nice little show.
Okay.
Other than that, I have never had a conversational with a monster like that as we are having right now. When I say invited, I was just merely making a remark. I don't know if they would welcome anyone to their brood.
No, it's just all new to me. I had to ask.
Yeah. This is another truth.
Well,
I think we're gonna get out
if
of
there
here.
ain't nothing else, I'm gonna start
Yeah,
packing
thank you.
Meemaw's belongings, and we're gonna take ourselves a midnight drive.
Drive safe. Be safe out there.
Before Ambrose leaves, he's going to take out his phone again, go up to the picture of his grandfather and his family, and the dragons, and take a picture of it.
What in the hell you think you doing?
Getting evidence. And he turns his back to Marcel, ignoring him completely, and walks away.
He turns to Max and he says, I think you're the most level-headed one here. That was a great disrespect. You make sure that thing deletes whatever evidence he has on his phone of my family.
I'll
That is
make
a
sure-
great
I'll handle it.
disrespect.
I'll handle it myself, I promise. They've got a thing for dragons. It's a whole thing. It's an obsession.
And Marcel just nods and pushes past the two of you and heads deeper into the business as you hear him rummaging around.
Come on. Leave. Head back to the car.
All
I
right.
bet you 90% of her luggage is just shotguns and shells.
I'm sure. Definitely some moo-moos.
Oh my god, if I had to pack those underwear.
Y'all, there's
oh God.
doilies that she has probably like knitted.
Oh yeah. I'm sure. It's just
The seat covers are probably like plastic.
Ah, the worst. The worst. I hate
Yeah.
it.
Man,
Most uncomfortable seats
Mhm.
to sit on.
man, that just took me back. Okay.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
it did, yeah.
God
I
damn.
unlocked a core memory.
Truly.
My grandmother had a plastic walkway through her house, like
Oh.
to walk on.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I'm just like,
wait.
who are we saving this for?
Yep.
Company.
Like-
It's company.
If-
We're gonna have company at some point in time. There's always that tin of food that you're not allowed to touch either. That's for company.
No, and the can of biscuits is just like her sewing stuff.
Oh god, my great grandma was a
That's so
seamstress, so
upsetting.
yeah,
As
exactly.
someone who loves those shitty shortbread cookies, you open it up and there's never
Devastating.
cookies in
It's
there.
Never
just
cookies.
symbols, guys.
The cookies are a
Symbols and
lie.
shit.
So with that, this is actually a great place for us to end tonight's episode. Thank you very much for joining us tonight on our very different episode tonight. We truly appreciate all of you for joining us. Thank you very much. Why don't you guys go around and give your little outros while I find a who's we's goings to raids tonight. Whoever wants to go first.
Sir,
I'll go.
or you can go. Go ahead.
I'll go, sure. Hey, everybody. Hey, what's up? My name is Christian, a Fluffy Goomba. Several socials, mainly on TikTok, but you can also find me here. Twitch, several days, several games, several wonderful people. You can also find me on every other Saturday for the Initiative Order on Twitch, for Midnight in the Marshes, a Root TTRPG 6-parter, 5-parter, don't know. And of course, you can find me on Sundays on Tragedy of Theologian, on Total Party Kiss. I'm on a bunch of things. Check Twitter. That's when you'll know when I'm on stuff. That's me.
Oh, hey.
Hey everyone, I'm Robin. Thank you for coming and watching our shenanigans tonight. It was great. What a roller coaster. You can find me on Robin the God on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and nowhere else. Thank you for coming.
Thaddeus Atlas, you guys can find me here every week. And when you don't see me here, just know the next session is going to be a complete nightmare as I try to play catch up. Thank you for joining us. Visit Fluffy Goomba, and we have is Tower Fates still? Was that the last one? You still doing Tower Fates there, Dylan?
I was called into work tomorrow, so we can't
No, I
do
meant,
tomorrow's
was
episode.
That the last one?
That was supposed to be the last one before the. We'll talk. We'll talk.
Oh, I was gonna plug Dylan.
I
check him
appreciate you.
out. That's the guy. And have a wonderful evening. Thanks for joining us.
And thank you very much, everyone, for joining us on this episode of Darkness Over New Orleans. It was quite a ride. We got a lot to unpack, guys. We're going to raid our friend Old World Charm. They're playing Dungeons and Dragons. So just stick around and we're going to check out our buddies there. We'll see you next week. Thanks, everybody. Bye.